Shalom, shalom, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And had a wonderful day. I wanted to do this earlier, but my battery ran out. So I'm going to do it now and do it quickly. Yeah, it's April. It's early spring. So, I figured I can get an early start on the garden. This is the earliest I've ever, worked on the garden. So that being said, let's get it on. In terms of the garden. Right here, this is an experiment, y'all. This is an Amish paste tomato. I started it inside with seed, and as you can see, it's gotten a little big. It's gotten big for the dome, and so, was running out of space. So what I did with it was took the seedling, and just to protect it, because it's still really cold, I put this canning jar over it, and that should serve as insulation to keep it warm. Hopefully it works. If not, I still have other seedlings in the house for this particular tomato, and hopefully it'll work out. Nothing here. I plan on growing green bell peppers here. Right here I have Detroit dark red beets. Matter of fact, most of the stuff I planted on Sunday, so of course there's not going to be any growth at this time. Hopefully there is some, because some of these seeds are rather old, but I need to use them up before I decide to get some more. And these are Detroit dark red beets. I've been using beets in my smoothies and juices, and I'm looking forward to that. And anywhere you see a stick, that's where I planted something. Right here is carrots. I planted Danvers half-long carrots, so hopefully I'll get a nice harvest of those. And this, and this, I'll plant carrots in, and I'll do that like every 2 weeks, so that way I have a continual harvest. And right here is another tomato that gotten too big for the seed starting tray and the dome. This one, I'm excited about this. This is called a Caustralie. This is a French heirloom, and the tomatoes are said to get to up to 3 pounds each. So I'm looking forward to seeing a 3-pound tomato. That'll be awesome. And stay tuned for that. And nothing here. I plan on planting cucumbers here. I want to plant some herbs here, maybe some lavender and some lemon balm. Still don't know what I'm planting here. There I'm going to plant corn. Right here I planted string beans. Of course, blue like bush beans, and I'm looking forward to those again. These are the kale plants that I planted last year. I kept them in the ground and in the soil, because I plan on collecting the seed from it, and so that way I could have more kale seeds, so I don't have to worry about buying any. And then right here I planted 2 more seeds for kale, so some seeds for more kale. Awesome sauteed and smoothies, juices, awesome. This is another experiment, guys. I'm growing spelt, and I see some of the seeds came out, and my fear is that there's a lot of birds around here, so they may be chomping at the bit with these seeds. Hopefully not. Hopefully I still get a relatively decent harvest of spelt. I've been using spelt this past week for hakamato, or unleavened bread. We are shying away from the modern wheat, and so we've been using ancient wheat like spelt and einkorn, and the spelt is what we use for our unleavened bread. And so there's spelt, y'all. These are the herbs, and they're still growing strong. Interesting. Don't know what I'm planting here. Oh, I think I'll plant zucchini in here. And these, I'm going to plant some cotton, some white cotton this time, and hopefully I can eventually learn how to spin it so I can make my snoods or whatever out of it. And then over here, there's a couple of changes. And other experiments as well. Here's where I'm planting garlic. Basically what happened is one of our heads of garlic started to sprout, which is pretty much a telltale sign that it's organic. And so instead of throwing it away or using it up, I figured, why not plant it? So that way I could have some garlic and I can save money, because organic garlic at Whole Foods is expensive. So if I can grow my own, cool. And as opposed to buying like the garlic, the seed for garlic, that can get a little expensive, and I have to wait till the fall or whenever to get it. And so why not use what I have? And that's what I did here. Same thing here. These were red onions and they started to sprout and have scallions and stuff. So that's what I did. I planted it and we'll have scallions, which is really cool. And then over here I planted different kinds of lettuce. I planted a Paris Island Cost lettuce, which is similar to like a romaine. This is that 4-season lettuce. Hopefully I'll get a more substantial harvest this time, especially since I'm planting it early. And this is a gourmet mix, a mix that I had just lying around. Because we're tour observant, we're not mixing seed, and I bought the seeds before I became tour observant, why not use them? Yeah. And another experiment that I did was, oh, let me pick it up. I know it says vegetable stock, but it's not. This is, again, it's an experiment. It's a fertilizer that I formulated, and hopefully it works. Opening it up. This contains nettle powder, kelp meal, and an Epsom salt. Both the kelp meal and the nettle has tons of minerals in it, which can help with the growth of the plant and give it the nutrients that it needs. And the Epsom salt is good for seed germination. It helps the seeds germinate quickly. So again, this is an experiment, and hopefully this works. You know, right now we're a bit on, our budget's really tight right now, and so I thought I can just, instead of buying a fertilizer, knowing what I know, I figured I could just use what I have in the house. And so I have some nettle leaf, and I just put it in the spice grinder and ground it up into a powder, add the kelp meal and the Epsom salt, and here you go. And I already used the kelp meal and Epsom salt at least twice a month to fertilize my seedlings. So why not? All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. And if something else comes up, I will give you an update. So until then, shalom, shalom.